the grandmother of my child has to...
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother, right?
I
you
had
always
one
said
child.
you wanted a grandchild, didn't you?
I had one child. Yes, I wanted a grandchild, but it would have been nice if you would have got married first and had someone to share the responsibility with, not me.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to witness one of the most shocking family showdowns ever captured in the courtroom. A grandmother drags her own daughter before a judge, not out of spite, but because she has been forced into full-time parenting when her daughter chose to walk away. The air is tense. The emotions are raw. And this case is about to expose ugly truths about responsibility.
We have a kind of a bad situation. My daughter seems to be so busy sometimes that I think she knows she's a mom, but she kind of has other responsibilities that she's kind of putting in the forefront of everything. And so the last 2 years, it's kind of gotten difficult for me.
The grandmother reveals her heartbreak. For 2 years, she's been raising her granddaughter while her daughter pretends motherhood is optional. She lays it bare. Her child is too busy living life to acknowledge her own baby. The weight of responsibility has fallen entirely on grandma's shoulders, and the judge is already paying close attention.
Her name is London, and she's almost 2, and my daughter is trying to go to college, work, be a mom, and everything else that she wants to be. And so it's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous because I need some assistance financially, and unfortunately I'm not getting it.
London, the baby at the center of this storm, is introduced, barely 2 years old, yet already caught between a neglectful mother and a devoted grandmother. This innocent child has no voice in the courtroom, but her needs have fueled this battle. It's clear the grandmother didn't come here for herself. She came here to fight for London's future.
So I am a full-time student, college student.
Okay.
So I'm spending most of my times, at nights going to school. But on top of that, I also work for the university during the day.
What do you do?
I'm actually an intern, full-time intern for the psychology program.
The grandmother explains the brutal reality. She's covering every expense, groceries, clothing, medical care, without support. She doesn't ask for luxuries, just basic help. The daughter, however, has turned a blind eye. The judge leans in, recognizing this isn't a clash of personalities. It's a fight to ensure a child isn't abandoned financially.
I work, all day. I go to school at nights. I don't come home.
Congratulations. We all work all day.
Yeah, I don't get home until like midnight, and I don't really see why it's a problem that my mother, the grandmother of my child, has to...
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother.
The daughter finally speaks, and her defense is paper thin. She claims she's too busy as a student and in turn to shoulder the role of a mother. But her words sound more like excuses than explanations. The courtroom energy shifts as her attempt to justify herself only exposes how absent she's truly been from her daughter's daily life.
You always said you wanted a grandchild, didn't you?
I had one child. Yes, I wanted a grandchild, but it would have been nice if you would have got married first and had someone to share the responsibility with, not me.
I can't do it by myself, though.
You're not doing it by yourself.
I'm trying to use that money, right, so that way I can pay for my tuition for college.
While the daughter hides behind schedules and ambition, Grandma quietly steps up. She explains that she had no choice but to take over, feeding, nurturing, and carrying the emotional and financial weight of motherhood. It's clear to everyone in that room. One woman is parenting and the others pretend.
She raised you. It is not her responsibility to raise your child.
Right.
The judge steps in, slicing through excuses. She reminds the mother bluntly, being busy is not an exemption from responsibility. A child cannot wait until graduation or promotion to be cared for. The tone in the courtroom changes sharply. This isn't about ambition. It's about abandonment.
If your daughter were going to daycare, if your daughter were going to daycare, you would be paying the daycare, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like they should be paid?
Yes.
They're taking care of your child, looking after your child, changing diapers, feedings. They should be paid, right?
Right.
Your mother is doing everything I just named. correct?
Then comes the outrageous statement. I didn't ask to get pregnant on prom night. With those words, the daughter shocks the entire room. It's not just deflection. It's a blatant attempt to shift responsibility onto her own mother, as if becoming a grandparent meant volunteering for parenthood.
She uses her money for the school loans, and I can appreciate that she doesn't want to have school debt.
Right.
But
Yeah,
now
that's a
that
good
she's
thing.
making more money, she's going to have to give me a little bit of that. They live with me. The house is paid. We don't have that bill. So I know she wants to be responsible and not have any debt, but mommy doesn't need to be having no debt and worried about diapers and all that too.
The grandmother fires back with unshakable honesty. Yes, she wanted grandchildren, but not like this. She never asked to carry the weight of another generation's mistakes. Her voice is calm, but her words cut deep. The room can feel her pain. She didn't sign up for this, yet she's holding everything together.
Now that she's got a promotion, I feel like she needs to take a little bit more responsibility. I've done everything I can, sweetie.
The daughter doubles down, claiming every dollar must go to tuition. She argues that paying her mother would derail her future, but her argument collapses under its own selfishness. Education might promise tomorrow, but children live in today. Bills.
I've done everything I can, sweetie.
You know that I'm a double major, right?
I know that, sweetheart. But like I said,
I can't afford
London
to
is
do that.
important too. So,
I know she is. And that's why I leave her with you.
well, just like I did a good job with raising
I
you.
leave her with you.
The judge intervenes again, dropping a dose of reality. She reminds the mother that raising a child is not her mom's duty. It's hers. That reminder lands heavy. It's not just a statement of law. It's a moral truth being hammered into the courtroom, echoing louder than any excuse.
And you leave your child with your mother and do not believe that your mother should receive some sort of financial assistance?
With precision, the judge dismantles the daughter's defense. If you pay a daycare, why won't you pay your mother? It's a devastating comparison that exposes her hypocrisy. The young mother admits she would pay strangers, yet resists supporting the very person actually raising her child. The silence that follows speaks volumes.
I feel like I give something back by being in school. Once I do get that education,
What are you
that
giving
degree,
back by being in school?
I'm giving her.
What are your plans after school?
Well, I'm majoring also in psychology, so
Okay.
I planned on opening my own clinic, doing a clinical psychologist, and then from there I could, take care of my own daughter by then.
The spotlight shifts to Grandma once more. Her quiet strength radiates through the courtroom as she describes raising her granddaughter without complaint. She acknowledges her daughter's attempts, but points out the obvious. Love alone doesn't keep the lights on. Her steady voice highlights what true sacrifice looks like.
That's what I thought.
Because if you think about it, you really don't live there. You just going to sleep.
The daughter offers a chilling answer to responsibility. She'll give back someday, once she's a psychologist at her own clinic. But children can't eat promises. Dreams don't put food on the table. She's painting fantasies of the future, while leaving her child's present completely neglected.
Mom is taking care of the baby. You'd agree with me, right? If you're coming in at midnight, the baby is with your mom all day. You're literally coming to the house, not seeing the baby, because if it's at midnight, the baby is asleep, I'm assuming.
Right.
And you're going right back out
I
to go
tuck
to
her
school
in.
and work.
I tuck her in.
The judge cuts through once again, exposing her absence. You just come home to sleep. The reality is undeniable. Grandma is the one nurturing, teaching, and caring, while the mother slips in for rest. That brutal honesty highlights just how little parenting this young mother is truly doing.
Thinks it's enough? Like bedtime kisses are a substitute for money, effort, and showing up daily? That's not parenting, that's playing pretend.
She does help, and like I said, she does like that. She's not like that girl that goes clubbing and stuff. She does take that responsibility serious.
Yes.
It's just her job and school, and now she's going to work full time. Now she's going to be working more with the promotion.
Right.
Then, the most unbelievable defense of all. The daughter insists that bedtime kisses and short stories are enough to count as parenting. The room is stunned. This isn't love, it's a performance. The judge and spectators alike are forced to question whether this mother understands parenthood at all.